Hello everyone. Okay, so now for the fun part. We are going to make Ayurvedic buttermilk, which is also called takra. Now, in India, Ayurvedic buttermilk is used most commonly when there are imbalances related to IBS, Crohn's disease, acid reflux, and even general digestive discomfort and sluggish digestion. So, what is the difference between lassi and Ayurvedic buttermilk, takra? Lassi is a dilution of the yogurt and of water. In takra, what we do is we actually are removing the fat particles from the yogurt, and then we are going to add digestive spices, which are really going to be supremely nourishing, pacifying, and rejuvenating for the gut. Happy, happy mind. So let's get started. Okay, so if you take a look at this, there is 1 portion of yogurt to 4 portions of water. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use a blender and blend this mixture together until these fat molecules rise to the top of this mixture, and they will be frothy and there will be a frothy bubbles. So what we want to do is we want to blend it until we get those frothy bubbles to rise to the surface, and we keep removing them until we've got quite a foamy, translucent color to this buttermilk. Okay, let's get started. If you look at this mixture, you'll see that some of the fat molecules have risen to the surface, but the color of the mixture is still a milky white. I want it to get to almost a translucent sort of white color with far more density of the fat molecules at the surface so that I can just scoop them out. Okay, here we go. Here's our takra, our Ayurvedic buttermilk. And if you look closely, you'll see that it's quite a translucent color. So I kept stopping the blender and removing the fat particles because you want to get rid of as many of those as you can for this to be effective. Because what we don't want is we don't want the fat particles to go through and clog and block the different channels in our body, which is what tends to happen with traditional yogurt. Takra is very light. It moves through the different channels and it has a digestive amplifying effect. So we kept removing the fat particles until we got this translucent white color. And now you can add in the different spices based on your dosha. So today I'm going to do a takra buttermilk specifically for Vata dosha for optimized digestion. So I'm going to be putting in some rock salt, some Himalayan rock salt, and I'm going to be putting in some cumin. This generally tends to be the most commonly made variation in terms of buttermilk, but you can put in a whole lot of different spices. For pitta, you would use the more cooling spices. For vata, you're going to use the more warming spices, hence the cumin. So pitta would be things like coriander, mint, and then for kapha, the more rejuvenating spices like the black peppers, anything that is a little bit more pungent. And again, remember, really good for when there's any digestive discomfort, irritable bowel syndrome, any sort of reflux, if you've got Crohn's disease or similarly aligned symptoms, and then also very good for sluggish digestion that expresses as things like constipation, bloating, postprandial discomfort. This is where the takra really comes in and delivers a punch in terms of really a huge activation on the digestive system. And again, happy gut, happy brain, happy person. Thanks for listening.